Hello, ELD students. This is Mrs. Maury Clarkson, and I am so glad that you are safe and well. Uh, and yeah, it's just good to see you and to know that you're good. Um, I'm good. I'm here with my family, and we had a good vacation, and now I'm back excited to work with you. How are your families? How are your brothers and sisters? Good. I'm glad. So today we're going to do, this week we're going to do an important lesson on gerunds. Um, Gerunds are an important part of English and they can be tricky. So I'm going to show you some things that will help you through this BrainPOP lesson, BrainPOP ELL lesson that you will work on this week. So here is what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to go to BrainPOP ELL. I sent you the link and you're going to log in. Remember, to log in, you're going to put your username is Morse Pond School, and your password is student. And then you'll hit login. Please log out when you're done so we can share these user names with all of the other students and family, our other friends. This lesson is about gerunds, and they're using BrainPOP. This is a fun lesson, and BrainPOP is going to use science about the circulatory system in order to these science terms in order to help us understand how gerunds work in English. So there's a movie that I want you to watch. You can also click closed captioned. There are vocabulary words that I want you to watch. There is a grammar lesson that I want you to watch this video. So there are 3 videos I want you to watch. 3. When you go down to after you watch those videos, then I'm going to have you please click on the grammar summary. That is going to show you the most important things that we need to learn about gerunds. So I'm going to walk you through this summary. What gerunds are verbs that end in ing, like a reading, and they function like a noun in a sentence. So I'm going to give you some examples. For example, the sentence is reading is fun. So reading is a gerund. And then so my favorite hobby is reading. I finished reading the book. I can't forget about reading the book. By reading the book, I'll understand. So those are all verbs, but they act like nouns in a sentence. Remember, verbs are the action part of the sentence, and nouns are the person, place, thing, or idea in the sentence. So gerunds is subject. So you could use something simple like school is fun or English is easy. But you could also do make a gerund, and say reading is fun, running is easy. And so that's the most common way that we use gerunds in English. All verbs, except modal verbs, which are those should verbs, have a gerund form. And so, for example, you could say like knowing another language is important rather than to know another language is important. You can also use a gerund in a longer phrase, such as her singing is beautiful, or Ed's cooking is delicious. A less common way that gerunds can be used in English are to show how is when they are a verb in a sentence that is followed by a noun. So you can see I finished reading my book, or he enjoys walking the dog. There are many verbs that must be followed by gerunds. So, right, I keep practicing. So you can see these are examples of gerunds right here. The verb complete, to finish. They completed building the treehouse. Dislike, and so the gerund, he dislikes fighting. Enjoy, they enjoy listening. So the gerund phrase is right here with listening. Finish, did you finish all your homework? Imagine, I can't imagine a more beautiful painting. Keep talking. Practice is something we do again over and over again. He has to practice throwing far Recommend is when you tell someone something you like. So I recommend Falmouth. I think it's beautiful. What do you recommend to do in Falmouth? And so recommend doing. And so that recommend and doing, that ing. We spend a lot of time sleeping. So to spend more time is suggest. My teacher suggested reading, so that ing. And so remember, this is the tricky part, is that we actually use ing for the present progressive form of a verb. So a gerund would be like laughing is good for you, but present progressive is Ed is laughing. Or with the present participle, when it's working like an adjective, you can say look at the laughing baby. And those are all correct, but they do function differently in a sentence. Remember, gerunds are when your verb is acting like a noun in the sentence. So verb is the laugh, and it's in the front of the sentence. So that's, I know, usually that's where my noun is, my subject of my sentence, and it's saying laughing is good for you. Okay. So that is just a review on gerund. So now you'll go back and now you'll actually do the lesson. So the lesson is for you to practice. You're going to do the flash words, which are here. You'll do a wordplay game. You'll get to hear it and say it. You're going to play another game here. You'll practice here. There's a reading that you need to read before you take the quiz. There's a reading passage that has lots of gerunds in it. And then for writing, it's going to ask you to write about the circulatory system. And I'm going to ask, you can either write it in a notebook and keep it at home, or if you have a Chromebook, you can write it in a Google Doc and submit it to me in Google Classroom if you're able. If you're in grade 3 or 4, if you're in grade 2, you can write it in a notebook at home, unless you have access to technology. There's a mind map. Now, again, if you have questions or you're confused in any way, before you take the quiz, you can come to my lesson tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, to answer questions. I'm also always available for you to ask questions. You can take the quiz when you're ready, and so you will click on the quiz, and then you will take the quiz and email me the results. And then I'll know. And I'll look at your score and I'll know if I need to teach you more about gerunds next week, or we'll move on to a new lesson. So I'm very proud of you. Thank you for everything that you've done. And I'll look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye-bye.